this week's episode. We really appreciate you joining us. This podcast really shows us how we can all learn, live, and thrive off of each other. By sharing our knowledge through our conversations, we will impart some knowledge whilst learning ourselves how to progress even further.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Everything podcast, where we talk about everything in life from fashion and beauty to business and every bit in between. This is a place where women can come together and build a community where we all can learn and grow. Our names are Jayana and Giselle, and we'll be your hosts for today. Welcome to the 6th episode of the Everything podcast. Today we'll be discussing our experience working from home and skills that will be great to master if you are really serious about working from home. If you don't know already, we both work from home. I work full-time from home and Giselle works part-time from home. We have different experiences and can cover most of the bases with you guys. Now let's get started. One of the first skills to master is being organized, because this equals motivation. Organize your workspace and your home to accommodate your work environment. In return, this will make you more motivated. If you don't already have a desk in your workplace, be sure to add one along with a comfortable chair. Also, a big calendar that hangs above your desk area is a really cool way to stay organized. Some calendars I know have daily to-do lists. I know ours do. You can easily get this at Target, Michael's, Joann's, or even Walmart. It's very affordable. Also, adding a shelving unit to organize your papers and your journals and notebooks is also a great tool. Another great skill to master is to plan your time. A nice suggestion is to create a checklist or a time block schedule. I personally use the Day Designer Planner to plan out my day and the week. It's really great because I can use a block schedule and color coordinate it. I know I can't live without my daily checklist or my color coordinated schedule. If you don't start planning your time wisely, you will not be prepared and you will waste a lot of time. This also eliminates you from putting off work. You're more likely to complete your work now if you plan your time and have a schedule. Now, the most important skill to master is patience and determination. This will either keep you down or motivate you to keep going, which will allow you to grow. There is a quote that I always love to remember when I start to doubt myself. It goes like this: I do not know anyone who has got to the top without hard work. That is the recipe. It will not always get you to the top, but should get you pretty near. It's by Margaret Thatcher. I think it's always important to have positive thoughts and have those positive affirmations every time you wake up, because this will build your patience and determination. For me, I know I love waking up and looking at affirmations because this keeps me motivated. Also, I love doing work and I love to see my results because this builds my determination. Just think about where you want to go. Where do you want to be in 5 years? And that will most likely build that determination and patience. This segment is sponsored by Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's completely free. Their creation tools allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Next, be goal-oriented. Create goals for yourself and try to reach them. You can easily create goals for yourself every month and try to reach them. One tip is to separate your larger goals into smaller actions. For example, let's say I have this large goal that I want 20K blog page views. Well, I can split this into a smaller goal or action and say I want to reach 1K a month. Let's start with that as a monthly goal. And then as months pass, raise that up to 2K, 3K. And before you know it, you'll have your 20K that you wanted to begin with. So I think splitting this up and dividing it into smaller actions and goals will definitely lead you to completing your larger goal. Now we have computer savvy. You'll need to be comfortable being on a computer since most of your work will be on here. Now, this varies depending on what you do working from home. For example, as a graphic designer, you're obviously going to have to have more computer savviness because you'll need to be familiar with platforms such as Canva, Adobe Photoshop, and so much more. Now, like I said before, this applies to some people, but I know most people who work from home, utilizing a computer is a big part of their job. I know it is for us. If we didn't know how to work on computer or at least be familiar with it, we wouldn't be able to do our jobs. So just get familiar with using a laptop and a computer. It really does go a long way. I mean, I remember when I didn't even know how to use a blogging platform or how to build a website or do graphic design for my blog, but now I am an expert at Canva and creating graphics and creating my website and updating it every year. So I think if you work hard at gaining these new skills and learning new things, you'll become a computer expert. Even if you're just a little familiar with it, every bit helps. Next is the ability to work independently. It is one of the first things you have to learn as an entrepreneur because it can honestly make or break you. If you're working from home, you don't have any coworkers to answer your questions or help you with your workload. Working independently could be difficult to adjust to, but it's definitely something I enjoy most about working from home. If you're an introvert like me, then it's easy. For the next skill, we have multitask. Multitasking is one of the definite skills you need. There are times when you have a lot of deadlines for some projects that are literally due on the same day. You need to be prepared and have a great mindset and complete those projects on time. For that, you need to plan your time, as we said earlier. Then we have self-discipline. Self-discipline is crucial if you want to get stuff done. You need to work in order to get where you want to be. But keep in mind, you have to take care of yourself first. Be a girl boss. Hard work does pay off. Lastly, you need excellent communication skills. You need to be in the habit to regularly check your emails. You also want to respond to any comments or questions your audience might have on your social media platforms or website. I have to admit, at first I was not checking any emails regularly, so I lost tons of opportunities and changes that need to be made to projects. You don't want to miss any network or work opportunities for simply not checking your email like I did when I first started. I now usually check mine about 3 times a day, in the early mornings, afternoon, and evenings. Master these skills, and you will be on track to work from home without a hassle. Thank you for joining us this week on the Everything podcast. You can tune in every Monday and Thursday for new episodes. Also, if you love this type of content, be sure to support us or check out our websites, where you can subscribe to the show on Spotify, Overcast, Google Podcasts, and more. This will make sure that you'll never miss a show.